Good morning. I'm Laura Andrews, University Director of Donor Advising for Antioch University, and I would like to welcome you to Antioch University, New England's 62nd commencement ceremony. Please stand and welcome the class of 2026. Please welcome the Antioch faculty, followed by the university provost and distinguished guests.
Please be seated. On behalf of Antioch University, President Lori Varlotta, and our Board of Governors, it is my distinct honor to welcome you to the Antioch University New England Commencement Ceremony. Distinguished and honored guests and members of the Antioch University New England community, I offer welcome to our faculty, our staff, students, alumni, and of course, our 2026 graduates and their families and friends. We all gather here today to honor you and to bear witness to your outstanding achievements. I'm Dr. Sandra Madar, privileged to serve as the Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs at the university, and it is my honor to serve as your Master of Ceremonies today. Standing here, I'm reminded that Antioch is more than just an institution of higher learning. It is a community dedicated to the scholarship of teaching, learning, and the pursuit of social justice. As you prepare to cross this stage today, you carry with you a deep commitment to academic rigor and to the transformative power of education. We hope that you're inspired to share what you've gained in work and in life. Many of you have navigated your studies as adult learners, balancing the complexities of professional lives and personal commitments. You've demonstrated the grit and the intellectual curiosity that defines an Antiochian. Our faculty and staff, a diverse group of exemplary practitioners, researchers, and first and foremost, servant leaders, have been honored to walk alongside you on this journey. I've been so honored to meet many of them for the first time in this past week, and I'm humbled by their ethos of care for your success. I could see it just a minute ago. I mean, the joy, I'm sorry, I'm choked up a little bit, but watching the joy, the applause, the waves, you could just see the pride, the joy that comes from the relationships that they've built with you. As you move forward into your careers and communities, I charge you to uphold our mission to win victories for humanity. Whether you're entering a clinic or a classroom, a challenged ecosystem, or a boardroom, remember that your education here was designed not just to help you to succeed, but to empower you to lead. Now I would like to welcome Dr. Amy Rutstein-Riley, Dean of the School of Interdisciplinary and Professional Studies, to bring her greetings to you at this year's graduating class.
Good morning, everyone. It's wonderful to be here with all of you today, and the graduates, you look fabulous. So I just want to start off by saying how excited I am for each of you, and I just want to honor the accomplishments that have led you here today. As Sandy introduced me, I am Amy Rutstein-Riley, Dean of the School of Interdisciplinary and Professional Studies, and I'm here today and blessed to be I'm really pleased to be here with you to represent the deans. There are 3 deans at Antioch, and so representing all of you in your various programs. Since joining Antioch in 2023, I've had the privilege of participating in a number of commencements across our campuses. And while each ceremony has its own unique energy and nuance, the core of what it means to be an Antiochian remains constant. Rooted in our never more urgent mission to advance social, racial, economic, and environmental justice, there is a fierce commitment to service and tradition of scholarship that doesn't just live in our classrooms or texts. And I know I speak on behalf of all my colleagues that we all see that essence in each and every one of you today. I also want to take a moment to acknowledge your evolution as scholar practitioners. This has been a profound season of growth for each of you, one defined not just by the credits you have earned, but by your curiosity, your intellectual courage, and the way you have masterfully woven your professional practice with your academic inquiry. You didn't just study the world here, you learned how to engage with it more deeply, so that you can create change in the spaces and communities in which you thrive. I also am well aware that no one reaches this stage alone. So to all the families, the partners, the children, and the friends in the audience, and those of you watching from home, you are the support systems that kept these graduates grounded when the path might have felt a bit steep. You shared in this investment, and so today, we all celebrate you as well. To our graduates, thank you for choosing Antioch as your academic home. We are richer because of your presence and your engagement with us. As you prepare to move forward beyond the classroom, remember that social justice is a living legacy. It is not a finished project, but a continuous commitment that you now carry forward into your professional and personal lives. Our university's goal of winning victories for humanity can feel lofty and sometimes just truly daunting. But I want to remind you that a victory for humanity doesn't always require a global stage. Those victories count just as much when they mean impacting one's life, shifting one local policy, or leading one project that improves the common good. I hope for each of you that you continue to carry that truth with you as you move forward from this commencement today. Now you're all a vital part of our lifelong learning community. I hope you will stay in good contact with us so we can share and learn from your accomplishments over the years. Finally, I just wish each of you deeply congratulations, graduates of 2026.
I now have the honor to introduce Na Che. Na is a graduate of the Master of Science in Environmental Studies program with a concentration in advocacy, social justice, and sustainability. Na works as a graduate research assistant on the Equitable Nature-Based Climate Solutions Project, a 4-year National Science Foundation-funded, cross-sectoral, transdisciplinary, participatory research initiative. That's a mouthful. Na earned their Bachelor of Arts in Global Studies at the University of Minnesota Twin Cities. As an alumna of the School of Environmental Studies, a past student of the Evergreen State College, a former graduate naturalist of Wolf Ridge Environmental Learning Center, and a prior mentor of youth environmental activists, Na values inquiry-based, heuristic, interdisciplinary learning. She is passionate about education, criminal justice, resiliency, and holistic well-being. Na will lead us in the Sustainability Pledge and present the land acknowledgement. Please join me in welcoming Na to the podium.
Thank you, Provost Madar. Welcome, honored guests, faculty, family, friends, and fellow students. I am pleased to be here on behalf of the Antioch student organizations and to present the Sustainability and Social Justice Pledge and the land acknowledgement. The Sustainability and Social Justice Pledge is a voluntary commitment for students, faculty, staff, family, and friends at commencement. I ask those who are willing to take this pledge by repeating after me. I pledge to explore and do my best to take into account the social and environmental consequences of activities I practice. I will strive to improve these aspects of my personal life and of any communities, ecosystems, and organizations with which I participate. Thank you, and now for the land acknowledgement. The Abenaki are the first people of this land. Through storms of violence, through centuries of silence, they still stand. But so many others, their songs, their languages and cultures, their futures were taken by the violence of colonization. It is not enough to live upon this land without knowing its sorrow, without honoring its memory. Acknowledgement is only the first step. True solidarity requires action. Today, I ask myself, what more can I do to support the first peoples of this country? I invite you now to join me in a moment of silence, to honor the Abenaki and to commit in your heart to action. What can you do to support the first peoples and the ancestors of this land you call home? Thank you.
This year, we continue our tradition at Antioch University, New England, where students are nominated by their academic programs to offer commencement addresses on behalf of their graduating class. Following each student speaker, we will confer the degrees for that department. This is a ceremonial conferring because there are participants who are yet to complete their degree requirements, as well as those who have already earned their degrees. The chair or designated faculty of each academic department will present their graduating classes. At this time, please join me in welcoming Dr. Susan Dreyer-Leon, core faculty of the Education Department. Susan will introduce our first commencement speaker for the Department of Education.
Good morning. It's my privilege to introduce Rue Randall, our 2026 commencement speaker for the Department of Education. Rue is receiving the Graduate Certificate in Trauma-Informed Education. She has over 5 years' experience in both early childhood and trauma-informed mental health education and healthcare. Rue has worked extensively with Black and Brown communities in identifying intergenerational patterns in student behavior. She is also the recipient of the 2024 Omicron Delta Kappa Emerging Advocate for Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. Currently, Rue is a kindergarten teacher in residence at Movement Charter Schools, and in addition to studying trauma-informed education at Antioch, New England, she is also a graduate student in elementary education at Mercer University's Atlanta campus. Please welcome Rue Randall.
Good morning, everybody. Before we get started today, I'd like to open my speech by taking one collective breath. Start by breathing in through your nose, filling your lungs with plenty of air, breathing life into your body, and kindly thanking yourselves for being here today, whether as a guest and supporter of this momentous milestone in your loved one's life, or as a loved one yourself. Hold for 5 seconds. Now breathe out from your mouth, releasing any apprehension or anxiety relating to how this moment in your life will go. You made it. You are here. Congratulations. I am so, so proud of you. Hi, my name is Royale Randall, and I am pleased to be this year's student commencement speaker for Antioch University, New England's Education Department. When I think of my time at Antioch, I am reminded of my first class in trauma-informed education and how I subsequently made a care plan for my local community. You know, completing that plan really sat with me. In Georgia alone, 7 out of 10 adults have reported at least one adverse childhood experience, or ACEs, in their lifetime. According to the Child and Adolescent Health Measurement Hotline, the National Center for PTSD states that over 2/3 of the nation's children have experienced at least one traumatic event by age 16 or 18. If we put that in a perspective of a classroom, that is roughly 7 to 20 children. So what does that mean for us as educators and as responsible citizens of the world? It means we need better ways to deal with trauma in our schools. One of the biggest things I've learned about in my studies to becoming a trauma-informed educator is the concept of restorative justice. You may be asking yourselves, Royale, what even is restorative justice? Well, I'm so glad that you asked. Restorative justice, by definition, is a relationship-focused approach to school discipline that replaces punitive measures like suspension with practices that repair harm, build community, and foster social-emotional learning. Essentially, it focuses on holding students accountable through an empathetic approach that fosters dialogues and restores relationships, thereby reducing behavioral disparities and improving overall school culture. In other fields, such as cooperative workspaces, this looks like restorative conversations to resolve conflicts and community-building activities like weekly check-ins with staff, followed by creating ways to support each other when times are tough. In criminology, this means taking a communal and restorative approach to addressing harm among the victimized, the perpetrator, and the broader affected community. My mentor in faith, Third SGI Nichiren Buddhist President Daisaku Ikeda shares that we live in a society where it is the norm for people to cut ties with others. But apart from scenarios where our safety is a concern, walking away from a difficult relationship only perpetuates loneliness and prevents us from developing humanity. In these times of growing isolation and division, let us make even greater efforts to create and develop in our communities safe havens of heart-to-heart connections, resonating with, as I called for in my Harvard lecture, not mine, the chorus tones of open dialogue. Restorative justice ultimately gives people a sense of autonomy over their own story. And the best part of it all is that you get to curate a space for them to be heard. Truly, as citizens of the world, we have an inherent responsibility of creating a safe space for those around us. This is the essence of community and collective responsibility. When we all thrive, we all succeed, and most importantly, it starts with how we treat our children and each other. Ask yourselves this: how can I make the people around me feel heard in my life? What are some things that I can do to make the lives of those around me a little easier? This is the essence of restorative justice, and when we model these practices with each other, we model them for our children. Thank you all. I am so proud and honored to be sharing space and cultivating community with you all, one restorative conversation at a time. Thank you.
Thank you, Rue. Will Dr. Paul Bacco, Chair of the Education Department, please join me at the podium?
Hello. Will all the 2026 master's degree and certificate candidates in the School of Interdisciplinary and Professional Studies, Department of Education, please rise? Provost Madar, I have the honor to present the individuals who have completed the degree requirements for graduation from Antioch University and are recommended for the degree of Master of Arts, Master of Education, and graduate certificates.
By the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Governors of Antioch University, I confer upon you the degree of Master of Arts and Master of Education and graduate certificates with all the rights, honors, and privileges pertaining thereto.
Will the marshal please bring these graduates and finishers to the stage for the presentation? Graduate Certificate in Trauma-Informed Education, Royale Randall. Master of Education, Nature-Based Early Childhood Education, Nicolette Elaine Burtis. Heidi Marie Freeman. Master of Education, Self-Designed, Jennifer Ballesteros. Christina Marie Kowalik. Good. Here we go. Master of Education in Waldorf Education, Maria Lourdes Patel Haban. Jessica Irene Morin. I did it backwards.
Will Dr. Rachel Theot, Chair of the Department of Environmental Studies, please come to the podium and introduce the speaker for their department?
I have the honor today to introduce Chris Liazos as our 2026 commencement speaker for the Department of Environmental Studies. Chris Liazos is a graduate of the Master of Science in Environmental Studies with a concentration in conservation biology. At Antioch, he served as the Glover's Ledge property steward and as a representative of Student Alliance. During his degree, he worked across the Monadnock region with land trusts, municipalities, family forests, and state and federal partners on forestry education and stewardship initiatives. He remains based in the region and now acts as the University of Vermont Extension Forestry Outreach Coordinator. All of these things are what Chris does, but it's not who Chris is. Who Chris is a brilliant naturalist, a brilliant quantitative ecologist and conservation biologist, and he's also very kind, very curious, inquisitive, and collaborative. He's never competitive, and in his time at Antioch, I watched him time and time again mentor, guide, and support students who needed help in various aspects of their graduate degree. I was really honored to work with Chris in multiple settings and in my classrooms, and he was always wide-eyed and willing to learn and willing to help. And it's my honor to welcome him to the podium as our environmental studies speaker this year.
I don't know if folks can see, but I'm wearing my forestry cruise vest. I hope it shows in the vest that I'm wearing, but more importantly, in what this vest represents. And I'm honored and privileged to represent the Environmental Studies Department of Antioch University, New England. For those who are not aware, this is a forestry cruise vest. I wore it in all my classes, during my thesis work, and at the many kitchen table conversations with the landowners that I worked with. It reminds me of how much my education did not only happen in the classroom, but in the communities that I worked with. In our department, our students deeply engaged both inside and outside of the classroom, meaningfully working with social ecological communities. As a department, we take pride in the studies part of environmental studies. Our students engage in studies from diverse concentrations in conservation biology, environmental education, advocacy for social justice and sustainability, self-designed studies, resource management and administration, as well as our doctoral program. What brings all of our concentrations together is an understanding that natural and human communities are deeply connected and that solving today's challenges requires that integrative approach. I think Dr. Ralph Nyland, Emeritus Professor of Forestry, professor from SUNY F, really explains this well. Quote, "I hope we do not focus on one thing in the future, but we keep a variety of values and methods alive in our toolkit so that when we're ready for interesting challenges that no one has faced before, we are ready. I feel ready. More than ever, I see this as a time of interesting challenges and that these challenges are not ours, rather it is our turn facing these interesting challenges. And that's what we do at Antioch. Our faculty and staff prepare students with a variety of values and methods through our courses, capstones, internships, thesis work, or engaging locally. Our students engage in university properties like Glover's Ledge and 80-acre forest area, or our community garden connections that last year produced over 900 pounds of produce that was donated. Or our students are working across the country or internationally. For me, my interesting challenge at Antioch was exploring the intersection of forest bird ecology and practical forest stewardship. My advisor, Dr. Mike Akresh, examines these relationships across the eastern United States. And supported and inspired by him, that's what we did. We explored those questions here in the Monadnock region, and for that I'm grateful to him. And that's what we did. Over the course of 2 years, we worked with family forests, towns, land trusts, state and federal agencies doing research, but also engagement. I had to do the math, but over 2 years, we worked with 25 unique ownerships, over 18,836 acres, where we provided technical support, new or updated forest management plans, or implementation of those stewardship practices. I'm constantly reminded, and one landowner told me, that good forestry is good for birds and more. That more for me is the time that we spend on connections, taking the pause of noticing and strengthening connections that serve both people and place. And this goes to our graduates. Whether you teach, restore ecosystems, or support mental health, we all tend to interconnected systems. We do this with limited time and energy, hoping to reach our goals. And if we're lucky, we form connections that inspire and support one another. Laura, one of our field technicians who worked with all these amazing land ownerships, once asked me when starting, how would I describe Antioch? Across my multiple field seasons at other universities, Antioch is the only project where it ended with a potluck, with everyone engaged on our project. Since graduating, I still hear stories about that potluck, new friendships, growing partnerships, and those projects still going into play. And for that, I'm truly inspired by being welcomed into this community to give, but also to receive, and that exchange and being open is what I take away. As I leave Antioch, I remain open to the challenges and connections ahead, and I want to thank those who supported me during this time, my mother, my sister Rachel, my brother Stephen, my uncle Stephen, my nanny and papa who are here today. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris. I told you he was wonderful. Will all 2026 master's candidates for the School of Interdisciplinary and Professional Studies, Department of Environmental Studies, please rise? Provost Madar, I have the honor to present the individuals who have completed the degree requirements for graduation from Antioch University, New England, and are recommended for the degree Master of Science in Environmental Studies.
By the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Governors of Antioch University, I confer upon you the degree of Master of Science with all the rights, honors, and privileges pertaining thereto.
Kylan, will you please bring these wonderful graduates and finishers to the stage for the presentation?
Masters of Science in Environmental Studies, Advocacy, Social Justice, and Sustainability, Na Che. Daniel Richard Andrews. Amber Emily Butler. Ben Radcliffe. Christopher Liazos. Masters of Science in Environmental Studies, Conservation Biology, which is also Christopher, just walked across. Samuel Dominguez. Jacqueline Chase Morton. Trent Martini. Miller Ward. Masters of Science in Resource Management and Administration, International Sustainable Development and Climate Change, Carrie Ann Canfield. Masters of Science in Environmental Studies, Self-Designed Study, Kimberly Ann Sladden.
I'd now like to welcome Gray Neely, Assistant Dean of the Counseling Division, who will now introduce their commencement speaker.
It is my pleasure to introduce Kara Hassett, candidate for Master of Arts in Clinical Mental Health Counseling, as the 2026 commencement speaker for the School of Counseling, Psychology, and Therapy, Division of Counseling. Kara brings 9 years of experience in the mental health field. She has worked in community mental health, college counseling, and inpatient psychiatric treatment settings, and holds a certificate in trauma counseling from Antioch University. Kara is passionate about trauma-informed care and is committed to supporting healing and resilience across diverse populations.
Thank you, Dr. Neely. Good morning. I'm honored to be here with all of you today because at its core, this moment, being here together, is about showing up. And as researcher Brene Brown reminds us, courage starts with showing up and letting ourselves be seen. If the past few years of this program have taught us anything, it's that showing up fully, honestly, and sometimes imperfectly is at the heart of this work. As counselors, we ask others to be vulnerable with us, but before we can hold space for others, we have had to learn the courage it takes to face our own stories, our own fears, and our own growth. And each time we did, we grew not only as students, but as people. Today, standing here at graduation, I realize that this is exactly what we're preparing to do in the world, to show up for people in their most vulnerable moments, to create spaces where others feel seen, heard, and understood, and to do so with compassion, humility, and courage. There were many moments in this program when life didn't pause to make space for school. Like many of us, I was holding multiple roles at once. Mom of 2 boys, professional, student, and learning how to be fully present in each of them. Not perfectly, but intentionally. Even when that meant showing up to weekend classes while my family was at home, and sometimes missing soccer games. In those moments, being present took courage. The kind of courage it takes to trust that showing up here mattered, even when my heart was somewhere else. Because I was learning, slowly, that presence itself is a practice. Through my time at Antioch, I've developed a deeper commitment to social justice and to weaving it into my everyday practice. It's shaped not only how I work with people, but who I am as a counselor. I've learned to slow down, to stay curious, and to understand people within the context of their lives. And in that, I've come to see that one of the most important things I can offer is my presence. Being fully there with someone, just as they are. More than anything, this experience has shown me that this work is not something we do for people, but something we do with them, collaboratively, with respect, and with the belief that change is possible. That even in the hardest moments, there is room for hope, for resilience, and for something new to emerge. That meant showing up to hard conversations and harder coursework. It meant sitting with emotional weight, both in the classroom and in our own lives, and choosing not to turn away. It meant learning that being present doesn't require having everything in order. It just requires the willingness to walk through the door. And maybe that's the most important thing we take with us from this program. Not just the skills or the knowledge, but the understanding that courage isn't something we find when conditions are perfect. It's what we practice in the middle of the mess, the responsibility and the uncertainty. And as we move forward into this work, may we remember this. We don't have to do it perfectly. We just need the courage to show up and the willingness to stay. Thank you.
Thank you, Kara. Will all 2026 master's candidates for the School of Counseling, Psychology, and Therapy, Division of Counseling, please rise? Provost Madar, I have the honor to present the individuals who have completed the master's requirements for graduation from Antioch University, New England, and are recommended for the degree Master of Arts.
By the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Governors of Antioch University, I confer upon you the degree of Master of Arts with all of the rights, honors, and privileges pertaining thereto.
Will the Marshal for the Division of Counseling please bring these graduates and finishers to the stage for the presentation?
Master of Arts in Clinical Mental Health Counseling, Art Therapy, Jamie Joyce. Chikora Kennard. Madeline Pereira. Madeline Totten. Lawanda Townsend.
Master of Arts in Clinical Mental Health Counseling, Rachel Fallon Banks. Jacob Thomas Cribbs. Madeline Dupree Chen. Brittany Dio. Amanda Dusevic. Kara Yvonne Hassett. Courtney Elizabeth Heck. Kiara Alexis Hill. Reese Kelly. Brandon Marcolone. Hannah McCarthy. Victoria McEwen. Catherine Molinari. Molly Peterson. Ted E. Potter. Penelope S. Potter. Madison Avery Puglisi. Jonathan Robert Sabal. Nina Brown Silberman. Elizabeth Spicer. Laura Marie Traffy. Lauren Teresi Vining Versati. Mac L. Whaley. Treasure Amore Wingate.
I now welcome Kevin Liness, Chair of the Relational Therapy Division, who will introduce their commencement speaker.
I have the honor and pleasure to introduce Jin Jo, candidate for Master of Arts in Dance Movement Therapy, Couple and Family Therapy Concentration, as the 2026 commencement speaker for the School of Counseling, Psychology, and Therapy, Division of Relational Therapy. Jin, a soon-to-be practitioner of dance movement therapy and couple and family therapy, is deeply committed to the future of affirmative and inclusive mental health care for folks who find themselves in the margins of dominant social discourse. Her own positionality as a queer, mixed-race woman with Chinese, Sicilian, and other Euro-white American heritage, raised in the suburbs of Houston, Texas, informs her dedication to non-pathologizing mental health support that includes folks' connections to both their ancestors and descendants. Jen?
This movement is a blend of U.S. contemporary dance and West African movement vernacular that was passed down to me from Charles O. Anderson, my undergraduate Afro-contemporary professor. The intention of this dance is to acknowledge our collective past and honor each of our unique journeys that has landed us here today. To share together in this moment of commencement ritual. Our ancestors survived for us to be here today, and I pay homage and reverence to the lives that were lost too soon, to systemic inequities, exploitation, and oppression. I recognize that this is part of our collective history on Turtle Island, colonially known as North America. Given each of our histories that has brought us to this very moment together, I ask, how do we come into right relations? How do we reattune individually, interpersonally, and collectively? How do we pursue a justice that honors all the relations that tie us together, while holding the complexity that comes with being in good spiritual relations across historic and systemic injustice, oppression, and exploitation? Aesthetic justice reminds us that change is not only structural, but also sensorial and relational. How we perceive one another, how we move together, and how we create conditions where dignity, presence, and imagination can flourish matters. Antioch University's mission is to provide learner-centered education to empower students with the knowledge and skills to lead meaningful lives to advance social, racial, economic, and environmental justice. Maybe carry this forward with us. Congratulations on this achievement. We have an opportunity with these newfound credentials and accolades to pave a new way and co-create relationships that bring us closer to wellness and to each other. Thank you.
Thank you, Jen. Will all 2026 master's candidates for the School of Counseling, Psychology, and Therapy, Division of Relational Therapy, please rise? Provost Madar, I have the honor to present the individuals who have completed the master's requirements for graduation from Antioch University, New England, and are recommended for the degree Master of Arts.
By the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Governors of Antioch University, I confer upon you the degree of Master of Arts with all the rights, honors, and privileges pertaining thereto.
Will the Marshal please bring these graduates and finishers to the stage for presentation?
Master of Arts in Dance Movement Therapy, Couple and Family Therapy. Brianna Eden. Jennifer Leah Joe. Corey Joseph. Christy Lynn McCabe. Ailish Quinn. Kalia Imani Solomon.
Graduate Certificate in Couple and Family Therapy, Dolores A. Cabral. Master of Arts in Couple and Family Therapy, Jara E. Meltzer. Caitlin Sansusi.
We will now award doctoral degrees to this year's graduating students in the Division of Relational Therapy.
Will the 2026 doctoral candidate for the School of Counseling, Psychology, and Therapy, Division of Relational Therapy, please rise? Provost Madar, I have the honor to present the individual who has completed the doctoral requirements for graduation from Antioch University, New England, and is recommended for the degree Doctor of Philosophy in Couple and Family Therapy.
By the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Governors of Antioch University, I confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Philosophy with all the rights, honors, and privileges pertaining thereto.
Will the Marshal please bring this graduate and finisher to the stage?
Doctor of Philosophy in Couple and Family Therapy, Karen Andal-Neri.
Will Dr. Kate Everts, faculty in the Department of Clinical Psychology, please come to the podium and introduce the speaker for your division?
Thank you so much. Congratulations, everybody. I have the honor to introduce Maya Weaver, candidate for Doctor of Psychology in Clinical Psychology, as the 2026 speaker for the School of Counseling, Psychology, and Therapy, Division of Clinical Psychology. Originally from San Antonio, Texas, Maya has spent the past 5 years aiming to make the most of her time in New England. Her training has spanned a range of settings, including community mental health, school systems, private practice, integrated primary care, and the VA. Her clinical and academic passions have largely focused on how health, relationships, and systemic factors intersect to shape well-being, particularly among those experiencing marginalization and complex trauma. Maya's next adventure is going to bring her back to her hometown, where she has accepted a postdoc fellowship and is looking forward to serving her community. I've also had the personal pleasure of getting to work with Maya in a plethora of contexts, including her role as a TA for my qualitative research methods course, RA for the Center for Diversity and Social Justice, and then working together on her dissertation process, which resulted in her development of the first deaf queer minority stress model in clinical psychology. She's incredibly humble, hardworking, ethical, empathetic, anti-racist, anti-patriarchy, hopeful, helpful, and healthful, and a joy to work with. I can't wait to see all the change ahead that she's going to have a hand in, as with you all. Please join me in welcoming Maya.
It is such an honor to speak on behalf of such a phenomenal department. Though I'll admit it feels like a tall order, not only because I've been inspired by the unique brilliance of my peers time and time again, but also because as I was brainstorming and struggling to organize my thoughts, I actually took a moment to type into my Google search bar, how to write a hopeful commencement speech when the world is falling apart. I know that sounds cliche, and of course, I was only humoring myself,
Not looking for sound advice, but wanted to see what one of those AI summaries had to say about being a human, writing a speech for the ones who study humans. The robot broke it down to some basic points. Don't tell them everything is perfect, which is fine, I never do that ever. Remind them of their resilience. Easy. Look at us. We started the program completely online in the midst of a pandemic, then clung to a fleeting building the next 4 years, and somehow still made it here. And lastly, speak from the heart. Well, most days it feels like my nervous system is working against me, so let me steady the heart before I let her do all the talking. To be clear, I'm not trying to stand up here on the stage and complain about where I'm at in life right now. But like many of us here today, I spend a lot of my time worrying about the state of our country and the world. I'm 27 years old, and I've grown in a time where connection can feel fragile and conflict feels constant. My experience of early adulthood has been marked by constant tension in my body and hypervigilance rattling my bones. It has become easy for me to feel overwhelmed, to wonder whether the work we do can even make a dent in something that seems so intimidating, so entrenched, and so relentless. I know divisiveness didn't start with us, but it's what we've inherited. We are stuck in the push and pull of yearning for stronger communities, yet genuinely fearing one another. I point this out because the helping professions are not at all immune to this. In fact, we chose this line of work to actively be on the front lines of such chaos. But it's a lot, so how do we keep going? Knowing our nervous systems have been hijacked, anticipating the days ahead that will leave us truly wondering whether all of these efforts and interventions can stand a chance, and also whether the research can ever fully account for the world we're living in now. How do we make sure we hold on to enough hope to keep choosing a profession that depends on it? I mean, I wouldn't exactly look to me for all of that. Like I said, I'm only 27 and barely starting my career, but here's where we might start. We pace our breaths and anchor our feet. Between the reading and writing and meaning making, we turn moments into stillness. This is always an option. Then we remind ourselves what this is all for. Because what we do is rare, to meet and honor the rawness of others as often as we do, to witness the full spectrum of the human experience and try to put it into words for one another, to be bridges of understanding, again, the meaning makers. These may be a part of our daily efforts, but choosing to stay connected, to keep listening, to keep caring, to keep trying to understand one another is no small thing. It is, in many ways, the work that the world desperately needs. How will you appreciate your efforts enough that you continue to fight the good fight? Who are the other helping clinicians that you will lean on and relate to? How will you keep showing up for the people you serve and the people you love, and include yourself in those two categories as well? These are the questions I'm starting with because I want to stay in this work for the long haul. I thank goodness that all of you are here. There's so much ground to cover, but don't let that discourage you. I know we have our own humanness and that there are some nights that we won't practice what we preach. But to quote the beloved Bell Hooks, rarely, if ever, are any of us healed in isolation. Healing is an act of communion. I hope you all will continue to choose this work and the communion that makes it possible. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your comments. We will now award doctoral degrees and hood this year's graduating students in clinical psychology. Will Vince Pignatello, Chair of the Department of Clinical Psychology, please join me at the podium?
Provost Madar, I have the honor to present the individuals who have completed the doctoral requirements for graduation from Antioch University, New England, and are recommended for the degree Doctor of Psychology in Clinical Psychology.
Will the candidates please rise? By the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Governors of Antioch University, I confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Psychology in Clinical Psychology with all the rights, honors, and privileges pertaining thereto.
Will the marshals please bring the doctoral graduates to the stage for the presentation and hooding? Dr. Samantha Lynn Deanna. Dr. Alexandra Frederick. Dr. Gabriella Garshani. Dr. Ashlyn Griffith. Dr. Taylor Marilyn Hardock. Dr. Marcus Crodell. Dr. Corey Adam LaFlame. Dr. Virginia Lemos. Dr. Bryant Lee Moore. Dr. Marissa Knightlick. Dr. Gail Perot. Dr. Emerald Ralston. Dr. Tiffany Vo. Dr. Maya Elisa Weaver.
The high quality of Antioch University's academic programs requires the continued dedication, talent, and scholarly engagement of all of our faculty and staff. Without this commitment, without this quest for excellence, AUNE would not be the remarkable institution that it is today. And in fact, I'm humbled because the words that all of our speakers gave today are just a reflection of that true community of exchange, and I'm certain that you taught our faculty and staff as much as they contributed to your education, and that's really humbling. Faculty and staff are here today, many dressed in traditional academic regalia, symbolic of their academic department, to honor our students. We, in turn, honor the commitment that they have made and the dedicated service they so generously give to all of our students. Would the faculty and staff of Antioch University, New England, please stand to accept our recognition and deep appreciation. I now invite Laura Andrews, University Director of Donor Advising, to join me on the podium to welcome our newest alumni.
Hello again, and congratulations, graduates! As you learned earlier, my name is Laura Andrews, and as the University Director of Donor Engagement, it's my honor and privilege to welcome you to the ranks of Antioch University alumni. This group is very special and very big, literally tens of thousands of graduates. More about some special Antiochians in a moment. You, as a graduate, are joining a legacy at Antioch that is amazing. Renowned educator Horace Mann took a huge step to become Antioch's first president in 1852, 174 years ago. Just let that sink in as we celebrate the 250th anniversary of the United States. The United States of America only has existed for 76 years before Antioch. Antioch graduates like you helped end slavery in the U.S. Antioch alumni participated in the Civil War. Antioch alumni helped women earn the right to vote. Antioch has graduated alumni through World War I and II and thrived through the Civil Rights Movement. If it hasn't already been mentioned, and I'm tracking that it hasn't, Coretta Scott King is an Antioch graduate. You may have heard in the time at Antioch about our unique DNA. Have you ever had hardship in your life? Things that didn't go as planned? You are one of us. Let's go back to Horace Mann for a moment. Mann could have been governor of Massachusetts. Instead, he accepted a position to be the first president of Antioch in Yellow Springs, Ohio, which at that point was the American frontier. He uttered the famous words, "Be ashamed to die before you have done some great victory for humanity," to graduates at an Antioch commencement just like this one. But did you know that on his way to Antioch, his furniture and most of his books were lost en route, thrown from his coach to the bottom of Lake Erie? No house had been built for him, as promised. Mann and his wife Mary had to endure many weeks in a boarding house. Despite all that, Mann refused to relinquish his optimistic glow. He said, quote, "I can endure anything for the sake of these young people." It's also part of Antioch's DNA to ask and receive help from others. We hear a lot about Horace Mann and his accomplishments. What we don't hear as much about is the person beside him every step of the way, his partner, helpmate, and wife, Mary Peabody Mann. She was herself a renowned educator, abolitionist, and responsible for helping keep Horace's writings and beliefs alive after his passing. With her sister, she founded the first kindergarten in the United States. Horace had Mary. Don't be afraid to ask for help from others on your own journey. Since we're celebrating you as Antioch University graduates in New England, I want to honor two very special people who have contributed to the Antioch, New England community for the vast majority of our local 61-year history. The first is Dr. Heidi Watts. She is probably the one human being that until her passing at 94 on March 16th spanned all of our 61 years here. Vibrant and full of energy and activism until the end, she taught in what was our MAT in education when Antioch, New England was in Putney, Vermont. Later, she pioneered our MAD for Experienced Educators and worked with students in the Environmental Studies program. Heidi also made a huge investment in you, setting up a scholarship, one of Antioch, New England's first endowed funds, to honor her colleague, Norman Wilson. If you received the Norman Wilson Scholarship, it's because of Heidi's care and generosity. The other giant I want to mention is Dr. Roger Peterson, who passed away just on April 19th. My very first moment as an employee at Antioch was an information session where each department spoke about their programs. Roger went first, speaking about his beloved PsyD program. And I remember thinking he was larger than life, a bit intimidating, and very compelling. Borrowing words from his family, Roger spent more than 40 years at Antioch while he served as professor, department chair, and mentor to generations of students in the Department of Clinical Psychology. He took particular pride in guiding doctoral students through their training and into their professional lives. Roger held a prominent national role in professional psychology education, helping shape the national model for training in the field. We are so fortunate that one of his students, Roxy Wolf, a fellow alum, has supported both a speaker series and a scholarship for PsyD students to honor Roger, her mentor and friend. You are all part of that legacy now. 174 years of Antioch, 61 of those in New England. I'm confident each of you has already made a difference and will continue to do so in whatever field you have chosen, in whichever community you have chosen to live. As I close, I want to take a moment to remind you how much we all care about you. The faculty and the staff sitting behind me, and those who couldn't be here, we want to stay in touch with you and you with us. Let us all help the Antioch family stick together. We need you in the world now more than ever. Congratulations, keep in touch, and thanks for being the amazing Antioch students, now graduates, that you are. Thank you.
As we close this ceremony, I would like to thank those in our community who have made this possible, and I would like to thank all of you for being part of this wonderful celebration. We've celebrated our leaders, our students, and our faculty. I wish to thank our very dedicated staff who volunteered to make this day possible. Congratulations to the class of 2026. So yes, thank you. Today's event and what it symbolizes inspires and obviously energizes us all. It's also a reminder of the important work that we all share to perpetuate a tradition of transformational education that, again, as Laura said, began here 61 years ago. We do honor the legacy and vision of Horace Mann since its beginning in 1852, who again felt driven to establish an education that prepares our students to be powerful change agents and meaningful participants in the society that has such tremendous need, perhaps more now than ever. Their ability to make a difference, to lead us forward, to help sustain us, to build bridges, and to lead us in wellness, social justice, economic justice, and environmental justice to make it a better world. Our faculty and staff applaud our now graduates in the auditorium today, as well as those that could not join us. And we'll now gather to applaud them as our newest honored alumni. Congratulations, one and all. After the faculty and students recess out, I invite everyone to join us for a brief reception in the cafeteria to celebrate our graduates. To assist us in the recessional, again, we ask all audience members to remain in your seats until the stage party and graduates have recessed into the auditorium, out of the auditorium. Thank you.